Would you rather work to have enough food to eat or do your physics homework? Would you rather work to have electricity and water in your home or worry about a history exam? Would you rather see your parents come home at 2 in the morning just to have to go to work at 5 in the morning? Or you drop out of high school knowing that it could take a lot of weight off their shoulders? This is a dilemma that many Hispanic students deal with today. If I knew I wouldn't fail, I would prove to the Hispanic community that graduation has no racial boundaries. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the graduation rate for Georgia's Hispanic students is 21% higher than it was a decade ago. But unfortunately, we still have one of the lowest graduation rates. However, we can't fully blame the Hispanic students for this situation if we haven't reached out to their parents. Many parents come to the United States with the desire to live the American dream. They choose to focus on giving their own family a better standard of living. But due to their lack of education, Hispanic parents end up having to work much more than an educated American. Hispanic parents want to be able to give opportunities to their kids, which they weren't given back at home. Parents know that there is an importance in education because they have seen the success in it. However, it is hard to motivate your child in continuing their education because you're fighting to find a way to bring food to the table. It's hard to encourage your child to continue school when you barely see them because you're working 2 jobs getting paid below minimum wage. And maybe these jobs consist of doing things you never want to do, but unfortunately, you have no voice because you don't have the documents or numbers needed in order to be treated with dignity. I know of Hispanic students who have dropped out because they live in this situation. They see the restless look on their parents' face and prefer to carry some of that weight on their own shoulders. Statistics show that 43% of male Hispanic students in Georgia drop out. And I can tell you right now that the reason it's such a high percentage is because we are raised in a culture where it is the son's responsibility to help out the family if he sees a financial necessity. Because many Hispanics come from low-income families, believe it or not, this also affects this Hispanic graduation rate. Many students create this mentality of finding no purpose in finishing school if they aren't going to be able to go to college. Some Hispanic parents are guilty of this mentality of their students. I have a friend whose parents can only supply them with basic needs for her and her siblings. They told her that once she graduated from high school, she would have to start working. So she questioned them. Why should I try to get my high school diploma if I have to work as soon as I get out and not get the opportunity to go to college? Parents themselves create a barrier in their students, making them believe that they can only go so far. And sometimes it's due to the fact that they cannot afford college, or because there's a financial necessity in the family. As a Hispanic student, I want to encourage other Hispanic families to not only focus on their short-term goals, but to make their students realize that there is hope and things will get worse before they can get better. If they only focus on the short-term responsibilities, they will slowly lose their long-term goals, adapting to the idea of just working and becoming satisfied with minimum wage. So what can we do in order to close the gap between the Hispanic graduation rate and other races? According to research, rates of improvement among states and large districts varied between 2011 and 2013. Some districts, including those with the majority of low-income and minority students, made big improvements. This proves to us, as a district, as well as to all the Hispanic parents, that if we can't go through a barrier, then we must find a way around it. Principals, administrators, and other leaders of this district, it starts with you putting more emphasis to the situation at our local schools. Reach out to parents by simply informing parents during student conferences. Show them that there are opportunities for our Hispanics' future. Students, reach out to those who you see that have no motivation in graduating. Let's humble ourselves and inform them on what we know about opportunities. Help those who are new to this nation, because it can be overwhelming to have to learn a whole new language, and on top of that, a new curriculum. Hispanic students who were given the opportunity to be born and raised in this country. We have heard stories of the struggles our parents had to go through in order to get here. We cannot watch other students struggle the same way and assume that they will eventually be able to assimilate to this American culture. I say this because I'm guilty of it too. Finalmente, padres, yo sé que es difícil perseverar en un país en donde lo hacen sentir a uno que sus desvelos no valen nada. Es difícil poder animar a su hijo en sus estudios cuando usted se la pasa trabajando porque es la única manera que usted va a poder conseguir alimento para su familia. Muchos viven con el miedo de deportación, y créanmelo cuando les digo que sus hijos comparten ese miedo con ustedes. Hagan el esfuerzo de involucrarse en las escuelas, o con simplemente fijarse en los estudios de sus propios hijos. Yo sé que a muchos les da vergüenza por no poder hablar el idioma, pero no se hagan para atrás, Ustedes también demuestren el interés sobre los estudios y sus hijos verán el valor en ustedes. Y aunque no puedan con el idioma, ustedes permanecen allí y ayudan con lo que puedan. Estudiantes hispanos, no se desanimen. Tenemos mucho valor, igual que cualquier otra raíz. Así como vemos a los americanos ser parte del futuro de este país, así nosotros también podemos ser parte de ese mismo futuro, porque querer es poder. Gracias.